Well, it's time for another speaker's tip this week. Today, I want to talk to you about your relationship with your audience. Probably more specifically, your viewpoint of your audience. How do you look at the audience when you come on stage? A lot of speakers that I coach, a lot of speakers I've known throughout my life, will walk on stage and there's this preoccupation with wanting to be accepted by the audience, wanting to impress the audience, wanting to feel that they look good in the eyes of the audience. And I think we all go through that because most of the time in our life, we have been working to be accepted by the groups that we belong to. We're working to be accepted by the family values that we grew up in, by the school values that we have. You hear me talk about this a lot. And what can happen to a lot of us, and I certainly went through this, I was a little different with the people I worked with than I was the guys I was out on Saturday night with. And I was a little different with my family as compared to maybe the folks I went to church with. Because with each of those groups, I had a tendency to sort of want to morph with that group and meet the mores and the values and the attitudes of that group. And what would happen is I would have, let's say, somebody from my work and somebody who was out with Saturday night. I'd get two people together and I would have an identity crisis. Because I'm a certain way at work, I'm a different way when I'm out having a fun time on Saturday night. And the people at work going, Lance, you're so loud and boisterous. And the people on my Saturday night crowd would go, you're so quiet and demure. What's going on with you? Well, the same thing can happen when we stand in front of an audience. We can have a bit of an identity crisis, trying to figure out who we are standing there. I think this is normal. And it's something you get over as you continue to speak and as you continue to find your messages. But I really want to focus on this relationship with the audience. And this was a change I had where all of a sudden, my excitement level for getting on stage just went through the roof. Whereas before I would be off sort of on the side of the stage and I would be a little bit nervous, taking some deep breaths and trying to remember my opening, remember how I'm going to walk out, remember the sequence of my speech. And I'd be looking at the audience and want to make sure that everything was okay. Here was the shift. I used to go out and want to be accepted by the audience. Now I go out and I'm in love with my audience. I have so much admiration for the fact that they are here and what incredible people they are, and that they've given me a couple minutes or 30 minutes or whatever it is to talk to them. And I'm so appreciative of the fact that they're here, but I have an excitement and I would say genuine love or caring for the fact that they're here and that they are willing to listen to me. And I want to make sure that my message is important to them. Now, in earlier speaking tips, I talk about don't be arrogant with your audience. You need to be humble. And this is very true. Be humble. But how about you're just really excited that you get to talk to this group of people? You have the opportunity to possibly share something with them that's going to make a difference in their life. But the fact that they showed up and they're willing to listen to you and that they are such incredible individuals and that the skills that they have are so incredible, that their life stories are so incredible, that what they do in their life and the people they touch are so incredible. You have so much admiration for the fact of who these people are that you're talking to. And it's amazing because once I did that, all of a sudden, I'm looking at my audience with just this almost awe effect. And here was the difference. Instead of wanting the audience to accept me, I realized the problem I was having with my speaking was the fact that I wasn't accepting the audience. And once I started to accept the audience, it actually put the relationship there. Now, when you think about it, there's nothing we can do to make the audience accept us. But our decision to accept the audience is completely within our control. And since I'm a firm believer that we are our own masters of our own destiny. It just made so much sense to me to actually just accept my audience for who they were and know that they're these beautiful human beings sitting there willing to listen to me. So my tip for you today is when you get ready to speak to an audience, look at that group of people and just find out how amazing they are. Think about how miraculous they are with what they've done with their lives. And I don't care who they are. Everybody I know has struggled to accomplish anything in their life. They've had all sorts of challenges. Life is not a real easy road to walk. It's, as I say, it's not made up a lot of straight lines and right angles. It's a very messy proposition, and they've made it this far, and they're sitting here in the audience to listen to you. So my message to you today is just simply love your audience and see what happens from that step forward. See you next week.